Hi, I'm Bryan Paul. Welcome to another episode of Backlogged. Now, if you're the same type of gamer that I am, and you feel the need to play everything, then you know that A, that's impossible, and B, those games start to pile up really, really fast. So every week here on Backlogged, I take a game out of that pile. I play it from start to finish, and I chip away at what feels like a life sentence. So what game did we choose this week? Uninvited is a game with a past. Developed by ICOM Simulations in 1986 for the Apple Macintosh, it eventually found its way to the Nintendo Entertainment System 5 years later in 1991. ICOM also brought Deja Vu and Shadowgate to the NES. They soon moved on, though, to the TurboGrafx-16 with The Addams Family, Ghost Manor, and Shapeshifter. The company was eventually acquired in 1993 by Viacom New Media, but not before releasing the phenomenal Beyond Shadowgate for the TurboGrafx-16 CD. You get no backstory with Uninvited. You've crashed your car, your sister's missing, and you're basically totally fucked. The whole game takes place in what boils down to be a haunted house. It's a point-and-click adventure game that reminds me more of early PC text adventures like Zork or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The graphics here are functional at best, consisting of mostly static stills, while the text does all the real work of describing your surroundings. Although streamlined for the NES port, the menu system, which provides you with the ability to move and offers more commands than possibly necessary, is clunky as hell. As someone who was raised on Lucasfilm adventure games, this takes some serious getting used to. Much like those text adventures of yore, you're going to die, and you're going to die a lot. Luckily, when you die, and you will, you have the option of continuing, which drops you right back into the game only moments before your grisly death. This keeps the game from ever getting frustrating, so if you do have the time and the patience, this is totally doable. And spoilers, if you find a ruby, don't pick it up, and if you do, get rid of it. Holding on to this useless ruby puts an invisible time limit on your game, and guess what happens when the time runs out? Yep, dead. Which brings me to the puzzles themselves. Almost all of them are convoluted. I just don't understand how you're supposed to know to use the knife on the couch to cut it open and find the key, or spray adhesive on a railing to catch a spider to throw at a ghost? There are documents scattered throughout the mansion, so maybe I missed some clues, or maybe I've just outgrown the genre. Admittedly, I had to use a guide for my playthrough. In this situation, the guide brings the gameplay time down to about an hour. This really helped with my enjoyment of the game. I was able to laugh at all the absurd solutions to the ridiculous puzzles, and it saved me roughly 5 or 6 hours and my sanity. I tried to put myself into the shoes of 8 or 9-year-old Bryan Paul while playing through Uninvited. For a kid, or maybe just someone new to video games, it would definitely be a little unnerving. Uninvited makes it clear from the get-go that this is a dangerous place to be exploring, yet it never quite captures the vibe of a sweet home or a Castlevania. Too often it's just confusing, and sometimes downright silly. If you can't tell, I'm really torn on Uninvited. On the one hand, the puzzles are silly, and they often don't make any sense. The menu system is tedious, and I never quite got the hang of it. On the other hand, we didn't get a lot of games like this for the 8-bit consoles, so we should be really thankful for the ones that we did get. With all that in mind, I'm giving Uninvited a 5 out of 10. I should play Shadowgate and Deja Vu for a little historical context. So that concludes another episode of Backlogged. I'll be back next week with another game that needs playing. In the meantime, stay up to date with myself and Mike Zeller on our every week podcast, Gaming Without Parole. You'll find that right here on YouTube. As always, thank you for watching.